I was born in the islands off the west coast of Africa called Cape Verde, and then I soon moved with my grandmother to Brazil. And then when I was 15, I came to the United States. And so when I moved to the United States, it was very hard, especially adapting to a new country, a new culture. That I felt a little bit separated from basically the society and the culture, and so nobody really understood me in that sense. And my mom was going through hard time financially, and I wasn't doing well in school. So my friend that I used to work with at McDonald's was in the military. She seemed very happy, motivated, and she seemed like she belonged to an organization that cared. That made me study more about the military here in the United States. And I went to the recruiting station, and the first person I saw in the uniform that I fell in love with was the Marines. And I asked them, "Can you tell me about the branch?" And he basically like brought me into his office, put this video, and it was so motivating. And it seemed like it was hard, but in my mindset, like if I could, come to the United States, and basically try to pursue a dream, why not make it challenging and see how far I can go? And so that's what intrigued me to join the military, because going through a hard background, struggling financially and trying to make it better for my family. So I joined the Marines to make it better for me and for my family, which it has, and it's been the best decision I ever did. And I really appreciate everything that my brothers and sisters has helped me, and I've grew up and matured so much from it. Being in the background with where all of the my family members only spoke Portuguese and lived in the United States, they weren't very knowledgeable about the military and all of the government system and setups. It's amazing that I go to school right now. I go to Pace University, and I was telling a student about myself, and then he came up to me with his eyes filled with tears and saying thank you for your service, because his dad was in the building at 9/11, and he didn't make it out, and I got so emotional. I was like, oh my gosh, you know what, like this is what I do. This is why I did it. I did it to basically make a difference, even though I wasn't aware of what the current event that was going on when I joined. But I'm the type of person that I want to make a difference and help people. I would do boot camp all over again.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that.
yeah, I would do it.
Why do you say that?
It's the experience that nobody. The thing is that I went there with such like an open mind, and the struggle and the things that I went through made me who I am now. I think like a lot of people could argue that, but I became. It made me see a world in a more different perspective. So me coming from another country, I saw the world in a different perspective. Me going through boot camp made me see the world in a whole different perspective, and it changed me. And thinking back, it was the hardest experience because I overcame the biggest challenge that a person could ever overcome. But I would do it again because I want to feel that feeling again. But it made me more wiser, like what's to come, you know, in my military career.
Ah.
Yeah. So I guess like that was like, okay, you're gonna encounter people that's gonna be biased in some sense, but you just
Against
gotta
your gender?
yeah, like something like that against my gender. That's you can't let that get to your head. You just gotta brush it off and just be better than them. I felt alone, but
Right.
but I basically had to tell myself I need to be better than them. So I dedicated my days to training, PTing, reading knowledge about the Marine Corps and everything,
Mm-hmm.
that I accelerated faster than them. I was like 19-year-old, only been to, only lived in the US for like 4 years. I didn't know what to expect, so I was just letting, everything, come to me and accepting it. And I guess that's what made me stronger and determined. My staff in COIC, she was a female Marine, and she basically saw my potential and she pushed me, and that's what, I guess that what made me see like, wow, like I'm actually good at being a Marine. She made me see that. And so that's when she told me, like, you should deploy, you should basically explore, like, you know what the Marine Corps has to offer. So she hooked me up with the deployment, which was as six. And I kind of felt like weird telling Marines that I'm a 6 years Marine that's a staff sergeant, because they usually think like I've been in for 12 years or something like that. But yeah, so I had, I think, about 36 Marines under me, and basically I trained and led them. I did a lot of Lance Corporal seminars. I was the instructor, and I was also the chief of the course. So I would have to say that being an instructor as a Lance Corporal seminar, teaching to young Marines, that was my favorite job,
Why?
because I wanted to be the person to inspire them. To, how like in your lifetime you will have that one person that you remember.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be that one person that they remember, that they look up to, that they're like, this is the reason why I do it this way. And so being an instructor, it gave me the opportunity to basically talk to them, share my experience with them, teach them leadership skills, teach them the ins and outs of, being a Marine and what you should do, the right thing to do. It gave me the opportunity to share that with them, and they liked that. At the end of the class, there was this one female Marine came up to me. She was like, "I finally have someone to look up to." I was like, "Ah,
Oh, wow.
that's beautiful." I was like, "Really? Like, thank you so much."
Mm-hmm.
I still keep in contact with her sometimes. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. She's a corporal now. But. So now I got out, and I'm a real estate agent.
Oh,
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. But the thing is, I specialize in helping veterans. I want to give back to the community. I wanna help veterans. I want to help military members, because I know the stress about moving. So the stress in moving and finding a place and all of that, I understand what they go through, because I went through.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the reasons why I got out, because I didn't want to go through that again. So I want to help
I
them.
see.
Yeah. And that would make me pursue the real estate career to help others. And I also want to help the community. One thing I realized about myself, I'm a giver. I like to give, but I still want to be part and help and support.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I came from a girl that didn't know nothing about the military to basically giving my time and helping them because of
Yes.
of what the military has brought me up to, that I gotta give back,
Wow.
because I understand the struggle. I want to be like the cheerleader helping them. I guess that's how you could say.
They're lucky to have you.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.